All right, y'all, I'm back. Let's see how well we did this week. All right, so looking at my sales for the week, it looks, definitely a little bit lower than normal. It is the week after Christmas. I find that the couple days leading up to Christmas, on Christmas, and then definitely a couple days after Christmas can be a slow time for eBay. Only a 588% ROI of the last 7 days and a 43% net profit margin. So the stuff I'm selling sounds like I paid more for cost of goods than I normally do. Had a total gross income this last 7 days of $1,144 and $522 in net income. So about half of what I've been doing throughout the month of December for this last week. Looks like I had 43 new listings and only 27 sales. So again, looks like a relatively slow week for eBay. Did y'all have a slow week? I don't know. Maybe I'm alone on this. Let's dig into the top 10 sales of the week. Looks like coming in at number 10 here are these fruit bowls. We got these at Salvation Army. It only took 2 days to sell. My wife found these. It's a great example of why I like going out and sourcing with my wife. We run this business together and she just has knowledge on products that I have no idea what they are. And so, I just would never give these fruit plates a second glance, but I guess she knew the brand. I don't know, but they sold in 2 days for $44.99. We only paid $10 total. So after shipping and all that stuff came out to $17.32, 173% ROI. That was the 10th best flip of the week. These fruit bowls again. So whenever my wife and I are going out sourcing, it's kind of like having two brains. She's out there looking for stuff she knows about. I'm looking for stuff that I know about. And I just would have never picked these up otherwise. Number 9 is this project calculator. I got this at a garage sale a long time ago, this past summer. I paid $5, I believe. Yeah, $5. Isn't that weird? I don't know. For some reason, I can always remember how much I paid for stuff. It's my secret power. Anyway, this project calculator, it looks like it took 6 months to sell. The net return on it was $20.33, 407% ROI for the 9th best flip of the week. This was a new in package item. It was a kind of a specialty calculator. I don't think I even looked it up. I just figured it was worth $5 and took a while to sell, but eventually made me $20.33. Coming in at number 8 here is this Simply Safe. It's like 3-pack of door sensors. Simply Safe is like an alarm in a box. So a home alarm in a box. Comes with a bunch of different pieces. I found this at Salvation Army. It was in a big bag for $20 that had a bunch of other Simply Safe stuff in it. You'll probably see more of it later on in this video because I did sell quite a bit of it. These 3-pack of sensors, I gave $3 cost of goods to this one. And it took 4 days to sell, so it was a pretty quick sell. I ended up netting $22.32 for the 8th best flip of the week, $26.50 plus $6.99 shipping on that one. Coming in at number 7 here, another Simply Safe. This was in that same bag of $20 Simply Safe stuff. I gave this one a $4 cost of goods. It only took 7 hours to sell, $39.99 free shipping. I ended up getting a net of $24.71 on this one for the 7th best flip of the week, 618% ROI. I think there's going to be even more Simply Safe stuff in this video. 6th best flip of the week. Here's another one that my wife found. Again, I just would never know that these plates were any different than any other plates. But I guess Vilroy, or if I'm saying that right, Vilroy and Bach is a good brand. We've bought stuff from them and it sells relatively quickly. This sold in a week, 2 replacement plates. We paid $250 at Savers. Savers is usually expensive too, so I'm surprised this was only $250. It went out the door for $44.98. That's $29.99 and $14.99 in shipping. That's a net return of $29.75 and an ROI of almost 1,200%. I just wouldn't have looked at these in the first place. I don't know much about dishes and it's not a category that I'm familiar with, but my wife, the way that she does this is she looks at stuff. She's like, oh, that looks kind of nice. Like if she likes it, then she, will pry a little deeper and perhaps do some research on it. I guess she knew this brand already, but it sold quickly. Coming in for number 5, yet another set of Simply Safe things here. This is a doorbell camera with this is a mounting plate for the doorbell as well. This one, again, only took 7 hours to sell. So this bag was $20 and there was a bunch of different things from Simply Safe in it. And all the stuff is selling very quickly here. Let's see, I put a $7 cost of goods on this guy. And again, the way I do cost of goods on this, if I buy a big bag of like $20 and has a bunch of stuff in it, I go through it all and I basically break up the cost on an individual listing basis. And so I typically will do it based on the rough value of it. And so this one was worth $50. Usually I give a 10% value. I went a little higher on this one, probably depending on what else was in the lot. So I gave this one a $7 cost of goods out of that total of $20 in cost of goods. And then I just make sure that everything that I list as a part of that bulk purchase adds up to the total cost of $20. This one came in at a net return of $32.06, took 7 hours to sell, 458% ROI. That was the 5th best flip of the week. So Simply Safe, keep an eye out for this brand. It's really good. Ring alarm systems and doorbells are another one to keep an eye out for. The 4th best flip of the week is this New Wave infrared oven. New Wave is a great brand to look out for. Pretty much any of their stuff does well. You see these at thrift stores all the time. A lot of people are intimidated by them because they're big and they could be difficult to ship, but they're really not too bad. And you'll see this one did cost $24.33 to ship. Where was that going? I guess it was going kind of far. Yeah, this one was going to Pennsylvania, so it did kind of go pretty far from here in St. Louis, but we did $100 free shipping and ended up netting $41.21 for the 4th best flip of the week. Even if these aren't in working condition, you can part them out. Like this globe clear dome thing would have gone for probably $30 to $40. The inserts would go separately, so it's a pretty good bet to go with these New Waves if they're priced right. What did I pay for this one? Yeah, I paid $20.25. Again, I paid up a little bit, but I knew it was going to go out pretty quickly. This one was brand new, had never been used. There was no box, but you could just tell. Usually, if these have been used, they look dirty. Even if they are well cleaned, you can tell that they've been used, but this one was not. But yeah, took a day to sell, and I turned $20 into $41, 204% ROI. All right, let's move on to the 3rd best flip of the week. This was a really fun one. This is just a great example of, I was surprised to find it at a thrift store. This is a Magic the Gathering card pack. I know very little about Magic the Gathering, so forgive me if you're an expert here. I'm probably gonna butcher a lot of this, but at a thrift store for $7, new in the packaging. I looked it up. The sell-through rate was incredible. I just knew that pricing it at $80, it was going to sell quick, and it sold in one day. And, it's just not every day you find something that good at a thrift store just sitting there on the shelf. Still kind of surprised to find it there. Ended up netting $55.19. That's a 788% ROI. Again, took one day to sell. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome to get that one out the door for the 3rd best flip of the week. 2nd best flip of the week is this Otis Spunkmeyer cookie oven. So you probably recognize this if you're from the United States. These are like it's a small cookie oven for fundraisers typically. And I'd never seen one of these out in the wild. I got it at a thrift store. What did I pay? $25 for it. So I paid up. It's pretty big. I think the dimensions were something like 22 by 20 by 10. You'll see here it costs $65 to ship. I charged $199 free shipping. And again, like you might be asking, why am I charging free shipping for this? Whether you charge shipping separately or build the cost to ship, an item is going to have a market value. What I do is I saw that they were very routinely going for $200 right around there. If I want to get it sold, it's going to be $200, and I just do free shipping. And so this one went to Arizona. It's pretty far from me. It ended up costing $65 to ship, so definitely not cheap. If I would have done calculated shipping, it's impossible for me to know how much that's going to cost the potential buyer. And so I then don't know what to price the oven at. If I put it at $100 and it costs a person, $25 to ship, they're going to get a great deal. If I put it at $150 and it costs, $75 to ship to that person, they're probably not going to buy from me because they can get it cheaper elsewhere because the market value is only $200. So I choose to just do it this way. I know it's going to sell for $200. If I want it sold, that's what it's going to be. Again, this one sold in one day. $81.15 was the net return, 324% ROI. I did put it on Facebook Marketplace for quite a bit less, just if somebody wanted it and wanted to come pick it up. That way I wouldn't have to ship it, but this sold before anyone could reach out on Facebook. And I don't know that I would buy this one again. It was kind of a big deal to ship it. Finding the right box. Typically I keep a lot of box sizes on hand, but this was just big and weird shaped. And so we had to go get a specialty box. I had to go to Lowe's. I thought I was going to be able to find kind of a moving box from Lowe's or Home Depot. Didn't have one that fitted. I ended up having to go to U-Haul. U-Haul's another good place to go to get boxes. They have a bunch of weird sizes. And so we did end up finding an electronics box for this. That fit it pretty well, but I paid $9 for the box, and then it cost $65 to ship. So that net return is actually $9 less than what you see here. Would I buy it again? I don't know. It was kind of a pain in the butt. Anyway, $81.15 for the 2nd best flip of the week. Coming in at number 1 is this Breville tea maker. So this is just an excellent find. This one came from a thrift store. I paid $8 for it. Yeah, Salvation Army. Breville is an excellent brand to look out for. Almost everything that they make is going to be worthwhile to get. This is actually the second one of these tea makers that I found. I bought one at a church sale sometime earlier this year, brand new in the box, and it sold for, I can't remember, it was something like $300. Actually, here, I'll just look it up. Yeah, there it is. So over a year ago, I paid $20 for it. It sold for $309 and I made $238 on the deal. This one was used. I paid $8 and it sold for $179 and my net return was $132.43. So again, these are just amazing to look out for. This one was used. It was kind of dirty, but we spent some time cleaning it up. It was in perfect working order. Even if it wasn't in perfect working order, the pieces to this thing, I probably could have made more money parting it out, honestly, but it's easier to just do one listing and get it sold. It took 6 days to sell. Breville's just an incredible brand to look out for. And this came in at number one this week. So that was my week. $1,144 in gross income, $522 in net income. So kind of a slow week right after Christmas, but that's all right. Things will pick back up in January, no doubt. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.